Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 3, Episode 6. So we have Masika. She's ready to get back in the studio. Her baby's 5 weeks old, Pampers are expensive, and she needs to make this money. So she goes to see Max. She's like, the last time she was in the studio, she was like 8 months pregnant, couldn't breathe, and all that stuff. And she had a song, thought things were going to go well, but the person that she was working with was like, hey, if you want this song, you got to sleep with me. She chose not to, so he chose to not give her the song. So here she is with Max. But she know Brandy crazy, and Brandy's known to pop up in the studio, and she's there to work and not about the drama. And y'all know Brandy is what? All about the drama. Like, I guess Max, he was out there creeping when they first got married, but you know, he didn't put all that past him. But obviously she hasn't, because she's still popping up in studios, which she does later on this episode. And I'm like, I don't know why she's so angry all the time. Like, only time I seen her happy is when she was stealing that baby's money and she was making it, you know, getting her store together. That is like the only time you see her happy. And the other time she is arguing with somebody and having security to escort her out. And I don't see how Max puts up with it. So the Creed Squad Hollywood edition, they all meet up. They were outside at Venice Beach working out. Ray J looks like, this is not my life. As far as like, this is what I do all day, every day. When I'm not wearing a good fur, I'm out here at the beach. And I really appreciate that he did not have a fur on this episode. Yes, he still has that fur on in his confessional, but that's his confessional. I'm just glad he didn't have that fur he had on last week that was around his collar. I'm glad he didn't have a fur jacket on. I'm just glad that he doesn't have a fur on. And I'm convinced that nobody is his friend, because if you my friend and I see you looking crazy, I'm going to let you know. I'm not going to let you be out here in like 80-degree weather wearing a fur. Like Fizz did him last episode. But I guess you a grown man, that's your style. But me, I've been like, girl, what you got that fur on? You know you acting stupid, right? That's just me, but hey, that's not how they roll. So A1 gets to tell him how he eloped, and Ray is all shocked and surprised, like, no man, like, you know good and doggone well last episode you and Princess was egging him and Lyrical on so they can elope, so y'all can have y'all the only one on the cast is having an actual wedding. Stop it, Ray J. And then they get to telling with Safari how Nikki been creeping with Rosa Acosta. And I think that's her name was Rosa. I don't know if it's Acosta, but anyway, Rose. She been creeping with Rosa. And Ray J gets the bright idea, you should take them both for yourself. And for whatever reason, Safari is listening, and the only sound mind was A1. He was like, this isn't a good idea. I don't see it going the way you guys think it's going on. I can see this just blowing up in his face. What are you doing? And I'm like, thank you. Somebody in that Creed Squad had sense to know this isn't going to go too well between them. But Safari, I guess he's like, I got my coconut oil, I got my good fur, and whether I'm going to wear this fur coat or the one around my collar, I'm going to make this happen between me, Nikki, and Rosa. I'm like, I don't know why you thought that, but I guess you thought, hey, I'm Safari, and once I get glistening up in coconut oil, who can resist me? So Princess is stressed out after like realizing all what goes into the wedding. She got with the wedding planner. The wedding planner just like was throwing information out of her. Okay, what kind of dress you're going to wear, how many bridesmaids, how many groomsmen. Are you going to have a live band? Are you just going to have a singer? Are you going to have a DJ? What color your dress is? Okay, what kind of cake you're going to have? Are you going to have a buffet? Are you going to have people serving you? And like she's overwhelmed, like, oh my goodness, our wedding's in like 2 weeks. How we gonna get this done? When she takes this information to Ray J, who's doing a photo shoot for his new bikes, which I thought him and Soulja Boy were working on this together, but I haven't seen Soulja Boy since then. So I don't know if he bought Soulja Boy out or Soulja Boy a silent partner. I'm not sure how this is working, because it seemed like it was all about Ray J, and like she's trying to talk to him like, hey, I need some advice, I gotta get this stuff going on. But he's more, you know, interested in like what the sound of when you like turn on the bike, should it be Ray J by such and such or Ray J by such and such. I'm like, really? This girl is talking to you about you guys' wedding, and you're more interested in the sound that this motorcycle bike scooter thing makes than this. I was really side-eyeing Ray J. I know dudes, they are not excited about, hey, the wedding. Just like, most dudes like, okay, just like, I'm going to give me a tux and just show me where to stand there. Just tell me the date and show me where to stand there. But like, she's like, I need your intake on this. Like, what do you want? I can't do this by myself. But he's more interested in his little motor scooter thing and like, what's the sound it makes when it turns on? Like, why does it need to make a sound? Can it just not, like, once it comes on, it makes a little noise and that's it? Why do we need to hear Ray J's voice? I guess, I don't know if this is an ego thing or not, but she was really not feeling him. When Brandy was in the store, when Brandy was in her store trying to convince us it was doing oh so well, I was really like, really, Brandy, like, this is what we're doing. We seen boxes, we seen some clothes on racks, we seen clothes on table. I seen a girl carry 2 bags, but I didn't see like a lot of people in there. But she's trying to convince us like they have so many customers, they don't need to do, they didn't have about 15 more people to come into the store. This is like what she's getting at. Like, finally Max will be happy that I'm making this money and I can put back the money that, you know, I stole from the baby. But she still doesn't realize that's not why he's mad. He's not mad that you took the money. Because, like, if you had just been like, I would like to do this with the money, he would have been okay with it. It's the fact that you lied about that. And for whatever reason, she still doesn't get that. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, if this was your customer, like, really all your customers, are you giving air kisses and saying goodbye? Now, the goodbye part, I get like, okay, see you later, have a good day, come back soon. But we're giving air kisses. Now, I don't know if this was one of her homegirls, because she didn't be like, hey, girl, hey, Don, I'll see you later. Or, hey, Keisha, I'll see you later. It was like an air kiss and like, come back soon. And I was like, she's trying too hard to prove that this is a legitimate business. Now, if y'all live in California, let me know if this is actual business, because I think this is just all for show, just for she to have a storyline other than being like the angry little woman that she is. So Brandy is trying to convince us that her store is doing oh so well. I still don't believe it's an actual show, but like, if y'all live in California and you've actually been to the store, let me know. But let her tell it, the store is just like selling out left and right. They didn't already hire like 15 other people. Like, she was so proud of herself, like, oh my goodness, Max is going to be so proud of me that I've made this money back that I stole from the baby. And she still doesn't get it that he's not mad that you took the money, it's that you lied. Because he said, you know, I can replenish that money in a minute. You know, it's no thing. It's the fact that you lied about it. And for whatever reason, she still doesn't get it. And I need to know, like, I've seen people walking around. I've seen a person with a bag. But I need to know, like, are you doing this with all your customers where you're giving air kisses to? That seemed like you were trying to oversell the fact that this is a store, and I just was not buying it, not one bit. Because she was like, okay, see you later. Now, if this was a homegirl, like, okay, Keisha, I'll see you later. No, it was like a come back soon type of situation. It's like, I don't know if, like, this store exists. I was like, maybe this is just a storyline, so she's just not angry Brandy showing up, you know, popping up at studios and Max's wife, that, like, she has her own business. But I'm still not convinced that this is an actual business. I'm shocked that Nikki is shocked that Safari walked in on her and Rosa. And here's why. You sent on Instagram or Twitter, one of the two, that you were at some spot and he showed up. And when he walked in on you two kissing, you weren't behind a locked door. You were behind a curtain. All you had to do was, like, with a swipe of a hand, like even a pinky, could have just opened the curtain. So now she's looking like, oh my goodness, I knew one day I was going to get caught, but here today is. And like, I wanted to feel sorry for Safari, but then it was like, you was listening to Ray J and thinking that you was going to get with both of these girls, and that clearly did not happen. Being A1 Sauce, I don't want to call him that. Who calls him A1 Sauce? I think it's Forrest Rock. Anyway, A1, we are on the same team. Like, dude, do you really think that you're going to get with both of them? So, like, after he didn't, was like, don't think that, like, this is the last of it. Me and her going to see each other again. It was one of those, like, yeah, I'm with your man, I'm going to keep on being with your man kind of situation that I got. Like, when, like I said, Rosa, she was too calm for me. And then, like, earlier when Rosa and Nikki and Jason Lee were together, it's like, she actually believed Nikki when Nikki said, oh, we just saw each other and I was at dinner, he was at dinner, and we was walking out and I was carrying Rose. It was like, I don't want to go to that planet that you were on where you actually believe it. That seems like a scary place. Like, all evidence showed that these two were together on a date and he was bringing her flowers. But Rose was like, well, Nikki has never lied to me before, so I'm going to believe her. But like, that was a date. Clearly everybody knew it was a date but you. And then she was like, you know what, you just keep on lying. But Nikki's on this thing of, I'm single, I could do this. I agree, like, yes, you're single, you can date, but when you're telling two different people, no, I'm not seeing anybody else, then you start to look bad. Because if it was like, I'm not saying anything, I'm just seeing somebody, and then I ask you, that's one thing. But you're telling each of them, no, it's nobody else. But she tries to like, no, I'm not seeing another dude to Safari, and no, I'm not seeing another woman to Rosa. So Rose was like, you know what, I'm not having this no more, deuces. And now like, she ain't got nobody. But like, I wasn't believing this storyline anyway. And another thing, what is Sierra Marie's storyline? Like, are we gonna get to that next week when she could possibly go into jail? Because she's basically been a supporting cast member this whole, like, this last few episodes. So I'm going to try to continue to talk about Safari and Nikki, but like, this relationship didn't make any sense. It was non-believable at all. So Willie finally tells Shanda, yes, I did cheat one time and those text messages was real. She's like, I already knew that. I was waiting for you to actually tell the truth. You kept on denying. I've been knew the truth. And I thought it was interesting how he was all on her last season when she wanted to strip to support their family because he wasn't bringing any money in. But all the while he had been cheating on her. And she's like, I just needed time to think. Because like, clearly you wasn't thinking because you put our relationship in jeopardy by going back to Keisha or Shadrach or whatever that girl's name, whatever her stage name is, Keisha. You put that on the line. So I can't even deal with this right now. Like, I'm so in my emotions right now. You've been lying to me and I didn't have to fight this girl. I'm like, I don't want to have to fight for my man. I shouldn't have to fight for my man. I should just have my man. And I totally agree that, like, why should I have to fight for you? I shouldn't have to do that. So I don't know how their relationship gonna go. Because Shonda's like, I'm not finna to do this. First, this girl that came and told me that you was cheating on her with her for the past 12 years. This girl that's been Twitter stalking me and Instagram stalking me, and then she showed up to my event and she did a diss track about her cheating with you, and we ended up getting in a fight, and I shouldn't have to go through that in my marriage. Yeah, Brittany, she was so proud of herself. Like, yes, I have this box of money that I can bring to Max to prove to him, to show to him, like, hey, I'm trying, and now you can come home, and like, this is the money I stole from the baby. I'd have made it back. But I was like, the sales from your online store didn't make up the $27,000. But this actual store where you have, you know, actual rent for buildings, you have storage fees, you have insurance, you have employee fees, you have payroll, that was making money in this short amount of time. Like, I was not, like, it wasn't adding up to me. It just didn't add up. So she gets into the studio, and now she's mad because he's in the studio with Masika. Let her tell it. Masika tried to get with her homegirl's boyfriend, and she doesn't like, you know, home wreckers, women or dudes trying to get with somebody else who's married. But Masika was like, look here, I don't know who told you that, but that is wrong. Dude tried to get with me. I said no. I have receipts. And Brandon's like, well, I saw the messages. You didn't see all of them. I have all the messages corresponding back and forth between us. And she was like, you getting that? And she was like, I'm not working with you. I'm working with your husband. See, Max, this is why I was a little iffy about working with you in the first place. Because I know your wife is huge people. They get to arguing back and forth. Eventually, Masika leaves. But now Brandy's on this. I can't believe you sat there and let that girl talk to me like that. But he's like, I can't believe you busting on this studio with a box of money trying to make things better. Still not realizing the issue. It wasn't the fact that you stole the money. It was the fact that you lied about it. And she still doesn't get it. So she get to laying out like $15,000, which I'm still like, really? Your store made $15,000? You didn't almost pay back the money that you stole, but your online store couldn't do that. Like, I was so trying my best. I tried my best to, like, get through this, like, this whole thing with Brandy. It was like, she gets on my nerves. I don't know how Max did it. And at one point, when she was arguing with Masika, she was like, you think you my girl Beyonce. Now, somehow, in her mind, her and Beyonce are ace coon booms. They're like the best of friends. They've been knowing each other, been friends since they was in the cradle. Like, she told Beyonce, girl, you should name your tour formation. This, like, in her mind, like, she was going on like, yes, me and Beyonce are friends. I'm like, when did this happen? Can somebody tell me, like, when did Beyonce and Brandy become friends? Or is this, I'm pretty sure this is all in her mind. But I'm like, really? You and Beyonce are friends? Okay, she said that with all confidence. So she's like, yeah, me and Beyonce are friends. We go way back. And Masika, she was like, yeah, this girl crazy. She really thinks that Beyonce, the Queen Bee Beyonce. Not no Beyonce that's, you know, just changed her name to that. No, the Queen Bee, married to Jay-Z, Blue Ivy's mama Beyonce, did his own tour all over the world. That Beyonce is her friend. I'm like, okay. But Max, he still was like, I can't believe you came in here and embarrassed me like that. Like, I don't see how he's going to make any money if he can't work with female artists. Him and Masika weren't even trying to go there. But what's her name? Brandy came in all mad because she tried to get with my friend's man. The way she was acting like Masika was trying to get with Max. I'm so tired of Brandy and her theatrics and her ready to fight. Like, how many times can you get, like, escorted out by security until you realize that it's you the problem? So that was the gist that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.